falling fatal fragments of the way things used to be. Make me see the disease both up inside of you and me, the way that the streets used to be about a patterned people, all of us in tribal fashion battling for the people. But nowadays there ain't no punks in chains, there ain't no gully suits, and nobody flying parachute frames. You wonder about the way that these things come to be, and when they're just a history, a pattern past in me. I see those things skip past like wings and beat, and wonder about the way that it's a hummingbird upon the streets, patterns of the poetry and passing. I wonder about these things, and I wonder who keeps passing. Slow, broken the roll, and you wonder about these things while you choking on that rock and roll. A little bit of Hendrix in the pattern of my people, and I wonder about the way that they killed Jimmy's burning steeples. Hear a little bit of Zeppelin in the sky. Wonder about the things that may have formed you and I hear these things in the form of English, and I wonder about the things when I speak this, a little bit more and a little bit less than what I might have ever measured when I'm put up on your test. But I hear you pounded up on your chest like some gorilla that's just trying to be the best. Well, me, I do it for fun. I speak these things like it's a lifetime end of a gun, but I don't know how many a barrel bursts apart when you put these things up in your words and don't put it in your heart. How you ever gonna match that with a gasping breath? Sound like you drawing that shit while I'm drawing it half to death. I smoke myself until my lungs is broken into pieces. I know about that meth, and I know about the broken thesis. Take apart the bulb at both ends of the barrel, burn that shit until you feel like you're insane upon that pharaoh. Talk a little bit of trash in what your words be. You want about the things that God can put into me. Simple soliloquies of all this form. I put this poem down in free form, and it's a storm. I wonder about the way the lightning seems to strike your mind, and how I can't seem to enlighten you throughout the time. How we ever going to be put to revolutionary movement? Wonder about these things and wonder how it gets you bent. Hear you talk shit about all kinds of people, but you ever never know how to live that in your evil. I seen these things while I'm broken on the cross, and wonder about the way that it seems to make you cross, and how the hell I be putting my life into patterns for words, for people, for places, for matter. But it all's like I'm beating on a gavel when it comes down to the court of the streets and you start to chatter. How you gonna be that way with all the people play, and you will be standing there with knees upon your broken place and pray? I set these things in flame of kindle, and wonder about the way that maybe you ain't so much my kinfolk, and these the kind of things that I can speak. And I wonder about the way that I seem to spit words and dreams too deep for the fragile minds of mankind. They be chasing bling and chasing dollars and lines, and they wonder about the way they can't seem to roll on 20s. Motherfuckers, I throw that shit away with my Bentley. Wonder about the way I used to rock that kind of stuff. Well, I was doing that when I was 16. I learned better than that enough. You all in pattern in your place wonder about how you still running like you're wrapped up in a race. Well, I've been erased from all that pattern passion, and now I wear my uniform and do it in my traction, and I keep myself with the ear upon the streets, my teeth grinding on the curb and wonder cleats. I took apart my alignments long ago and wonder about the way that I just wore 'em till the soul was show, worn down to nothing. Be barefoot when I'm skipping down, and you still huffing, puffing up the last paces of the hill, wondering about the way that your words seem to be kicking people ill. I wonder about the way that my words skip and stutter, but I still feel these things while I'm speaking to you, brother. I hope you find that fashion in your words bring you life. I wonder if you ever know what that is, to make the streets your life.